Hey there and welcome back to TubeGuruji channel. Today we are going to build an AI educational app called SkillPaid. This is a full stack app which we are going to build with the help of React, Next.js and the power of AI. Let me walk through the application first and then we'll talk about the tech stack which we are going to use to build this application. If this video crosses more than 1000 likes, then I will give you source code for a free for all the users. So like the video. So here we have this beautiful landing screen for our app, and this app called SkillPaid, where you have option to select your favorite pet which will guide you to learn an AI courses. Let me sign in to the platform. So simply click on sign in. You have option to sign in with the email and password, or you can continue with the Google as well. Once you click on Google, then it will redirect you to the option to select your favorite pet or character. Now this is only for the new user. Okay, now you can select your favorite pet, and once you select it, click continue. Later on you can have an option to update this pet as well, and then you will redirect it to the dashboard page where we have this beautiful UI UX for our application. We have the sidebar with a different option, and this is the home page. Currently if you see, we have the daily strike option. You also have continue learning and as well as the recommended courses for you. Okay, now this particular app contains all the AI related courses. Okay, so all the courses are available to all the user. Now whichever course you want to enroll, simply click explore courses, and then you will redirect it to the course detail screen. Here you have option to enroll to the course. If you see, you can have option to select any of the chapter and you can track your progress as well. Simply click start course enroll, and then you are now enrolled to this course. You can go back and here you will see that you already enrolled to that particular course, and that's why it's showing as a continue learning. After that, you can start learning each chapter one by one. So once you start the chapter, then it will show you the chapter name, something like this, and then it will start with the proper theoretical knowledge, and then it will give you the exercise as well. Once you read, just click continue. On the top you will see the progress. Over here you have gems and the heart as well, and then you will see the progress is changed, and then you can simply click continue. You also have a different type of exercise. For example, in this case we have the multiple choice question, and once you select the option, you will see it's saying correct, and it also give you the feedback. We not only giving us a theory, but we also providing you the exercise with a different style. Once you complete the exercise and the chapter, then you will earn some gems and the heart which you can use for the hint purpose, and here you will track your progress once you finish the chapter. Pretty cool, right? After that, we also have option to update the daily strike. The daily strike will update once you finish at least one chapter every day. Then we have the gems where you can earn a gems for finishing each exercise, and then the heart after finishing every chapter. You have option to manage all your profile as well. Then under the course, you can explore all the available courses directly under this course pages. Then we also have the progress section where you can keep track of your ongoing enrolled progress as well as you can see the status. Under the achievement, you will see all your achievements as well as the leaderboard. You will see a top 10 user along with your own rank. Pretty cool, right? Everything is gamified so that any user will enjoy learning on this particular platform. We also have a billing platform. We connected a Stripe payment gateway in order to enable the subscription inside our application. Simply click the monthly subscription which you want to subscribe, and then it will navigate you to the Stripe checkout page. Then you can simply enter the details and subscribe to the any plan. This also I am going to tell you how easily we can do it. Also you can manage your profile, you can change your avatar, and you also have option to update the setting as well. Anytime if you want to change the character, simply click select that character and then save that, and it will automatically update everywhere, something like this. See, pretty cool, right? Now not only that, you might have a question how these courses are getting generated, how these content, the chapter are getting generated, right? So for that we are using a Stripe to manage all our content at one place. Stripe acts as an admin panel for our application, and with the help of Stripe MCP server, we are going to create all the content, including the courses, its chapter, and even the content. Pretty cool, right? So you don't need to add these courses. AI will help you to add them, even title, the description, even the each chapter for each courses as well. And you also have option to track the progress. With the help of Strapi's latest MCP server, you can implement it and you can just give instruction to the AI, and AI will do all the work for you. We also learn how you can connect the Strapi the media library, so you can store all your images assets on the cloud. You will learn how Strapi can help us to create all the type of different collection for each of this collection type. You will see everything from the scratch. So if you are new to the Strapi, don't worry, because I'm going to show you everything from the detail. You will also learn how to create a personalized API token for this Strapi. So if you are new to the Strapi, don't worry. And then at the end, we are going to deploy our application, even the Next.js as well as the Strapi CMS on the cloud completely for free. Whatever the resources which we are going to use in this project is free to use. So I will put all the link in the description. If you like this video and once the like reaches 1000, then I'm going to give you the source code for this project completely free. So make sure to like the video. Now let's talk about the tech stack. So we are going to use a Next.js to build this application along with an AI, and for the backend we are going to use a Strapi. Strapi is a popular open source CMS. It's free to use. You can run it locally, you can deploy on any cloud, and most important, it's very customizable. You can customize according to your requirements. Strapi also provide you the marketplace. You will find a lot of different plugins, and the most important, in just one click you can deploy the Strapi backend directly on a Strapi cloud. So it's very easy and very fast. Also, in many of my personal projects I use Strapi, so make sure to sign up with the link which I gave in the description. Also, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and then join the TubeGuruji.com, where you will find all the exclusive AI courses, project and its source code. Also, we recently introduced a new section called Prompt Box, where you will find a prompt to build the complete full stack SaaS application. You will also get a daily quiz which related to your projects, and then you can explore a lot of different projects which is available on TubeGuruji.com. So go ahead and join the TubeGuruji.com. I will put the link in the description. So guys, without doing any further delay, let's begin to develop the SkillPate, an AI educational learning platform. In order to create the React project, we are going to use a Next.js. Next.js is a React framework to develop the web application, and using this command, you can easily create the Next.js project. Simply open a folder where you want to create a project, and then inside that you can open a terminal. If you are using a Windows, make sure to open a command prompt at that particular folder. Then simply type command npx create next app at latest. Now at latest will install the latest version of the Next.js. But if you want to install any specific version, you can just simply enter the version number. But in this case, we'll go with the latest version. After that, it will ask you, do you want to proceed? Say yes, and then enter the project name. So here I will give as a SkillPate AI. Okay, then hit enter. Then it will ask you, do you want to use a recommended Next.js default setting or you want to use your custom setting. Now inside the recommended default setting, it will come with the TypeScript, ESLint, no React compiler with a Tailwind CSS and many others. So we'll go with the recommended default setting. And if you see, now it start installing the some dependency like Next, React, React DOM, and some dev dependency for a Tailwind CSS, TypeScript, and the ESLint. Once the project is created, you will get a success message. Okay, and that's how you have to create your Next.js project. We are going to use a tracer to build our complete project. Tracer is a platform or workspace for your coding agent. You can run a multiple different AI model in a single workspace. This is kind of an IDE where you can run multiple agents at the same time on a different project as well. And most important thing, it's free to use. You can even bring your own subscription like ChatGPT, Claude, and you can connect it to the tracer. Also, this tracer helps us to communicate your agent with the other agent. So it's kind of agent to agent communication. Then you can have shared context and you can use any AI model as well. There are a lot of different built-in skill available within the tracer, and you can work with the multiple developers or the same workspace. Pretty cool, right? So everything is available inside the tracer. So if you click the link in the description and sign up with that link, you will get a free credits, as well as up to 31st July you will get to use a tracer for free. Okay, but after that I'm going to tell you how to use tracer completely for free in my bonus chapter in this particular video. So make sure to watch the complete video so that you will understand how to build the app with a tracer, how to use multiple agents, and how to use it for free. Now if you are using this first time, make sure to download the tracer desktop application. So once it download, you have to install it. Now once you install it, this is how it look like. Now the interesting thing is you can add a new task on a new tab and you can run a multiple agent at the same time. Now we are going to open our project inside this tracer. So simply click add folder, and inside that you have to locate the folder where you just created this project, and then simply open it. Here you have to allow with the permission, and then if you see, it's now open. Okay, perfect. Now over here you have option to give the full access to execute the command and other parts. So every time you don't need to approve the permissions, right? Also you have different AI model. So if you have GPT subscription, you can directly connect those. If you have Claude or open code, you can directly connect those subscriptions. Also you can use a tracer where you are getting the free credits, right? You can use the tracer with a Claude, a GPT, they also have open router, XAI, and many others. Right now you can select the whichever you like. I'm going to use a GPT because I already have the GPT subscription attached. Now in order to connect your own API key or a subscription, simply you can go to the app setting, and inside the app setting under the provider you can connect your subscription. Okay, now if you have Claude, you can go ahead and connect the Claude as well. If you have open code or any other, you can simply connect. You can even bring your own API key. Also you can manage your complete subscription from the website. So if I go to the manage subscription, if you see, you will get a free credits as well in order to use a tracer API or AI models. So that's how you have to set up the tracer. Now very first thing that we did it is set up or created a Next.js project and open inside the tracer. Now there are a few things that we are going to install, like ShatCN UI. So if I go to the ui.shatcn.com, so I'm going to use the ShatCN UI first. So instead of telling to the AI, we can install it manually. So it's very easy. Simply you can go to the ui.shatcn.com. This is the UI Tailwind CSS based component library, and inside that go to the documentation, go to the installation, and if you scroll down you will see the Next.js as a framework. Make sure to select that and then simply copy this command. Now you can go to the terminal, or you can even go to the tracer terminal as well. It's totally up to you, but I already have the terminal open. So first I will go to the folder where I just created this project. So just type cd and skillpad AI. Then we clear this. Make sure you are on that inside the project folder and simply initialize the SharedCN command. After that, it will install the SharedCN inside your project, and then you have to copy this command up to add, because we are going to install all the SharedCN component at once. So right now this previously command asking which component library you want to use, the base or Radix, so we'll go with the base. Then here you have different option, okay, which theme you want to use it. Now let me show you how to check those theme. So on ui.sharedcn.com you can go to this build your own, and here you will find a different option. For example, if I select the style like Nova, this is how it looks, Vega, this is how it looks, and there are different options you can find it. Okay, now in this one I will go with, let me see, we'll go with the Vega, okay, because it looks much better. So I will select this second option, then hit enter, and then it will install all the SharedCN files inside our project. After that, we need to install all the SharedCN component, so our AI don't need to waste the token on this part. After this, you have to press A button, so it will select all the components and then hit enter, and if you see, it is installing all the SharedCN component inside our project. And I will show you how to open all your project structure or project file inside the tracer. Once it is installed, you are ready to go. Okay, now let's go back to the tracer, and you can just simply type any message like let's say hi. Okay, and obviously it will give you such simple answer, or you can just stop it if you want. But the most interesting, it will open the complete IDE experience for you. On the left hand side you will see your charts, the artifacts below that. Then you also have option to open a terminal inside this tracer only. Okay, then you have this git difference when you start pushing your code. Then you also have the file tree where you will see your complete files. Now here we have the app folder, and inside the component/UI you will see all your SharedCN component. Okay, then we have hook folder, leaf folder, public folder in order to keep your all the images and other important file. Now here, if you want to share this project with other friends or other developers, you can simply enter the email and they can also work at the same time. So that's overall. Now let's run the project inside the tracer. So go to the terminal, and inside the terminal I will add a new terminal. Here we'll say launch, and simply type command npm run dev in order to run your project. So right now if you see, we don't have any package installed, because inside the package.json we have all the dependency, dev dependency and many other. So first thing, if you are getting this error while running, it means you don't have the node module folder as well. It means the package is not installed. So you have to type a command npm install or npm I as a short form, and then it will install all the packages for you. After installing, you can now run a command npm run dev, and then you will see your project is now running on a port 3000. URL is localhost. So let's open that, and it will open inside your browser, and if you see, your project is now running very first time. That's how easy it is. So if you are using tracer first time, then don't worry, because it's similar experience like using a VS Code. Okay, but with an extra feature, you can run multiple agents and many others. So make sure to sign up with the link given so that you will get a free credits with the tracer. If you have any question, any doubt while running your application or inside the tracer, let me know in the comment section. For any application, we need a database, a backend, kind of admin panel, as well as an API. And that's why we are going to use a Strapi CMS. Strapi is an open source headless CMS which can use for our admin panel to manage all our courses, chapters. Even Strapi automatically generate an API to do all the CRUD operation. It acts like a database for our app. And Once you have admin panel set up, you can use the Strapi for your web application, mobile application, keeping the admin panel same. Let me walk through what is the different use case of this Strapi, why we are selecting this Strapi as our admin panel, and there are a lot of different use cases you will find. So this Strapi CMS is an open source headless CMS, and the reason that we are using, because we want an admin panel where we can manage all our content, right? We also want to generate an API, so Strapi is taking care of that one, and it acts like a database as well. So Strapi is an API first, which is built for an API from day one. It is very flexible. As I say, it's act like an admin panel. Then you can add a role-based permission to the API. You have option for REST API as well as GraphQL, so you can choose either of them, and it's a scalable, depends on your requirements. Now in this particular project, obviously we want to manage a courses in their chapters, content, right? So for that one, we need a Strapi. Also the user management, whenever user enroll to any course, we need to see who enroll what and everything, right? So for all of that management purpose, we are using the Strapi as our admin panel. Okay, so we will learn how we can create the content, how can we add it, how can create a collection, and many other things. And this is the API flow, how the Strapi can be used directly inside our app. Okay, so you will find all the details inside this note. These notes also available on TubeGuruji.com, where you can simply go to the prompt box section, and then you will find this Strapi CMS notes, and also inside the eraser doc as well. I will put the link in the description. Now let's learn how to set up a Strapi. You can set up a Strapi locally when you are under development, but once you want to move your application to production, then I'm going to tell you how to deploy Strapi completely for free. Now simply go to the strapi.io. I will put the link in the description to get a free access, so it will give you the complete open source free access to the Strapi CMS. Then you will find this npm command in order to set up a Strapi. You can simply explore the different features which provide by the Strapi, because I use this Strapi from last 3-4 years in many of my personal application, and it is very reliable, it's scalable as well, and very easy to manage. Now once you copy this npx command, right, simply go to the folder where you want to create this project, then simply open a terminal at that folder, and then simply run this command. Now once it runs, it will ask, do you want to proceed? Say yes, and then give the project name. So in this case, we'll say Skillpet AI. Okay, then hit enter. Now you can simply skip this login or sign up for now, and then it will ask, do you want to use a default database? We'll say no, because we want to use our own database, and that will be the consistent even though you deploy the Strapi on the cloud. Okay, so we'll say no. Then we can select or choose the default database. So you have option, either you can select SQLite, PostgreSQL, or MySQL. Now we'll select PostgreSQL because I'm going to show you how we can connect to the free PostgreSQL database. Now here you need to provide a database name. Okay, now the question is how to get this free PostgreSQL database. Now there are a bunch of different options. One of my favorite, and recently I check this enforce.dev. I also use in my couple of videos. So it provides a complete backend solution like authentication, database, storage, edge function at one place. Simply sign in. I will put the link in the description. Once you jump onto the dashboard, here you have option to create a new project, give the project name, and then simply say create project. Once the project is created, you don't need to set up anything for this particular project. So simply you have to go to the settings, and under the setting click connect. Okay, inside the connect you will see an option called, here you have option called connection string, and then you will find a host, database, then you have user and everything, right? So I will copy this database name as an enforce. Okay, and then we'll go back to our terminal, and simply paste it here. Then we need to add a host, so host will be this one, so copy this as it is and paste it here. Then the port number, so right now if you see the port number is 5432, so simply add that. Then the username we need to add, so that also given already. And even though you miss this step, don't worry, because later on also you can add this. Now here you need to add a password. So in order to view this password, you have option called show password, right? Just click on it and then copy this password. So I'm gonna paste this over here, then hit enter, and then it will say enable SSL connection. Sometimes it will say, it will give you the does it require not. So in this case, if you see it's saying require, so here we'll say yes. And then start with the example structure, we'll say no to this. Then start with the TypeScript, we'll say yes, and install the dependency with npm, so we'll say yes to this. And we'll initialize a GitHub repo. For now we'll just say no. And right now if you see, it automatically start installing the Strapi CMS for you and installing all the dependencies. Now once it is ready, if you see, you have option to run this project directly. Now you have option to open inside the VS Code or IDE, okay, which is your favorite, and then you can start running your project, but you can even run it directly from this. So for example, let's go to the project folder first. So I will add this, and then I will just run a command npm run develop. Okay, after this it will run your Strapi CMS very first time. And if you see, now our Strapi CMS is running on a local port. Okay, if I go to this particular localhost 1337 port, then you will see it asks us to sign up very first time. Okay, obviously this is on your local and it is connected to the Inforce PostgreSQL database. Now simply enter your detail and enter email password. I will confirm the password as well. And this is nothing but your admin credential. Okay, so from where after every time when you log out with that email and password, you have to sign in. And here we have the Strapi dashboard. On this home page you can see all the details, which is the last edited entries, published entries, many other things, okay, all other statics as well. Then inside the content manager, you will actually going to create a new entry or new record, or it's similar like adding a new record to the database. Then you have media library where you can upload all the images, file, video, anything. Inside the content type builder, basically which help us to create a structure, okay, the form structure you can say, or database table you can consider as a collection type. Then you have option to deploy this. It also have marketplace where you can add a number of different plugin to the Strapi. If you want to use AWS S3 or GraphQL or Color Picker, or there are many others you will find inside the Strapi marketplace. And inside the setting, you have option to create an API token, a content history, or releases, and many others. You can even add a permission to a different API endpoint. You can create a roles as well. And here everything you will find inside the Strapi CMS. Okay, so that's how you have to set up your Strapi. Now let's simply create one quick collection. So here we'll say user list. Okay, we already have user collection type, so I will differently create this user list as a new collections type. Then it automatically create the API ID, okay, and API ID for a plural and singular. You also have advanced setting, but we'll go to the continue. And now once this collection is created, then you can add a field in that one. Let's say you want to save the user name, so we'll say a name as a field name as a name. You can give the type. We also have advanced setting. Let's say this is a required field. Okay, it's completely up to you, and click finish. Let's say you also want to save an email, right? So user email. Here I will make this as a required field. You can even add default value, the minimum, maximum length, whichever you want. Let's say, okay, let's go back, and you want to save a date or anything, right? Let's say date created at. Okay, so here we'll say date format, and then you can even set the default date if you want. Okay, and then simply click finish. Okay, so here this is the reserved keyword, so we'll say created at created user at, and then finish. So if you see, I just created these three fields. Okay, and simply once you are happy with it, simply click save. Once you save it, it will restart your Strapi with these new changes, and inside the InSforge you will see those table as well. Now this is some of the tables which Strapi added in order to run your Strapi CMS. Okay, but with the new table you will see that table name under this section. If you see, this user list table is created with the ID, name, email, a document ID column is added by the Strapi CMS. Okay, and once it's done, you will see this particular collection type inside the content manager. Now inside the content manager, if you go to the user list, click create new entry, then you have option to enter the name, email, created ad, and simply click publish, and as simple as that, and then your record will be live. Okay, so that's how you have to set up the Strapi CMS, because all our content like course, our users information, user enroll course, everything we are going to manage through this CMS. So make sure you set up the Strapi CMS before going to the next chapter. Now in this chapter we will learn how to set up a Strapi MCP server. Strapi includes a built-in model context protocol server, which is nothing but the MCP server. Once you enable it, the AI will help us to create, read, update or delete or even publish and unpublish the content directly through the Strapi content manager. Okay, and all operations are gated by the admin token permission, and it's very easy to set up. You can integrate with any favorite ID, even in Tracer as well. Okay, and it's free, so you don't need to worry about anything to pay for this MCP server. Now here are some of the things that how to configure in this documentation is properly mentioned. So inside the config/server.js file, you just need to add your host, port number and all of this information, and then add MCP enable as true. Now very first thing you need to do inside your Strapi project which we created initially, inside the config/server.js you have to enable the MCP. Okay, so what you need to do, open a project inside the Tracer if it's not open, and then you can open that in a VS Code, because you can make edit operation directly in that project. So right now I'm opening it, and you can simply go to the config folder, and inside the config folder we have server.js file. Inside this you have to add this MCP as a true. Right now if you see, it's already enabled, but if it's not enabled, you have to make sure to enable this MCP as a true. Okay, after this if you scroll down, you can add more details if you want. Okay, the timeout and all other information. Now AI client configuration. Now this particular file you can add directly inside your project, so that it will know what MCP server, how to connect, right? Because you're providing this localhost/MCP as a endpoint, and then the admin token which we already have. So basically we need to generate the admin token. We don't have the admin token for this. So what you can do, you can simply go to the Strapi, and inside the setting you will see an option called admin token. Okay, go to this and you will see the skillpad MCP admin. You can simply click edit and copy. So here we have option to view this token, and then simply copy. But instead of adding this manually, what you can do, either you can go to the this is the markdown mode or AI mode. You can also have AI mode, that's good, but you can simply copy this URL as it is, go to the Tracer, and will inside your Next.js project you have to add a new chart, so that you can simply say add Strapi MCP server to my project. Okay, and refer doc here. Once it added, then add this admin token. Okay, and you can even paste this token directly, or later on you can add it. So I already have token which I am going to copy from this Strapi admin, and you can then paste it here and then simply send it. And once you send, you will see it will start adding this MCP server for your project. And once it is added, you can just find this inside your actual project, because this might not visible inside this, but over here you will see mcp.json with this mcp URL and the header. Okay, so that's how you have to add MCP server. Now let's implement an authentication. Now we want to add a sign in and sign up page for our app, and this sign in sign up page we are going to connect with the Inforce. So we are allowing user to sign in with the email, password and Google authentication, and with the Inforce it provides both the functionality. After that, this is the authentication flow. So on the front end it will call the Inforce authentication, then user will get verified, and after that it will save user information to the Strapi CMS. Okay, and then it will redirect it to the next page or dashboard. Okay, so inside this note I already mentioned the complete authentication flow. Also once user sign in, right, we want to save the user information Strapi CMS, that is also mentioned. We are also going to use a Strapi MCP setup. Okay, so what are the changes going to happen to the Strapi collection, everything it's gonna help us to give the feedback or give the input, what are the changes need to be made through the Strapi MCP server. We are going to get it, and then we have a collection we may create in Strapi. So later on we also want to create a collection like courses, chapter, but for now we'll focus on the users collection because we want to save the authenticated user information. Okay, now this is the prompt which I have. Okay, now inside this prompt you can simply copy paste and paste it inside the tracer, but let me show you what this prompt basically going to implement. First it will create a sign in and sign up page for our application, then it will integrate the Inforce authentication as well. Okay, so it will add email, password and Gmail authentication. Then after user sign in successfully, we are going to save the user information to the Strapi CMS. It also helps us to return a Strapi CMS collection field name, field type, all the information, so that you can simply update directly inside the Strapi CMS. And at the end we are going to set up the primary color for our application. So everything is mentioned inside this prompt. So other than this, right, I already added this inside the tubeguruji.com under the prompt box. So you will see this new section, and inside this new chapter you will see the prompt as well. Okay, so now simply copy the prompt, and then inside the tracer you can add a new tab, and inside this you can paste it. Now here we also added the Strapi MCP server URL, so that AI can automatically read it and add the MCP server for the Strapi, and also Inforce authentication document link as well if AI need to take a reference from the documentation. Okay, and then you can select the correct or appropriate AI model and then simply send it. And on the left hand side you will see all your chart. Obviously from here as well you can add a new chart. You can run multiple AI agent, and that agent automatically interact with each other behind the scene. Okay, if they are depending on each other. So that's how cool it is with the tracer, and that's why in my personal project as well I started using the tracer desktop ID. Or now we'll wait for the implementation, and then if something comes up I will let you know, but I will pause the video and then we'll start implementing it. Once it's done, then we'll review and we'll test it out. Now after implementing it, you will see that it suggested some of the things to do it. Okay, but before that, over here you can check what are the things we need to add inside the Strapi CMS. Like we need to create a new collection type called app user in order to save authenticated user information. So these are some fields that we need to create, and inside the API token we need to also enable this find one create operation. Okay, also inside this .env.example, if I open it, we need to add enforce base URL, annotation key, as well as Strapi base URL, which is already there, but we need to add API token and the user collection app user that also there. Okay, so first what we'll do, we'll just add the base URL and annotation key from the enforce. So simply go to the enforce in the dashboard, and inside this you can go to the setting. Here we have the project URL. Simply copy this as it is and paste it here. So in order to add it, you cannot directly paste it here, so you can open this inside the VS Code by clicking this button, and then it will open your project folder. Inside this .env example, let's copy everything, and here we'll create .env file and then paste it. And now I will go to the enforce in order to copy this project URL, which is called a base URL. Oh, let me go to the VS Code for that, and then the annotation key, which you will find it here. Okay, simply copy it and then paste it inside your .env file. Now after this, we'll go back to our tracer, and then next step we need to do is to add, or let me go back to our chart, and here we need to create app user as a new collection type. So inside the Strapi CMS, I will go to the collection, let me refresh this, and currently we have this user list. Let me remove this because we don't want this user list anymore. You can just delete this anytime. So here we have option to delete it as well, and then once you delete it, right, make sure to save so that it will reload your Strapi CMS. Now we'll create a new collection called app user. It automatically create a singular and plural name, and then we'll say continue. Now as per this tracer, we need to create all of this field. For example, this enforce user ID will add a new field. Now this field of type text, and this need to be a unique, so we'll add it as a text. And inside the advanced setting, you will see this is the unique field, so we'll say unique field. Okay, same thing you have to do it for all other field like email. So this is of type email, and I will give the name as an email only. This email is again unique, so inside the advanced we'll say unique field and paste it. Next field is a display name, then we have author URL, and if you see the type is a text without any validation, so we'll say display name, finish, then the author URL. After that we have the email verified, okay, which is of type boolean. So we have this boolean type, and then I will give the field name. Then we also have auth provider metadata, so we'll say auth provider of type JSON. Then we have metadata of type JSON, and then last but not least, last authenticated at. So this last authenticated at is of type date, and you can select the date time, so we want date time, and then finish. Now we have all the field which we needed, right? And now simply save it, so it will restart your Strapi CMS in order to apply all of these new changes. Once this is done, right, inside the content manager, now you will see this collection type where you can add the new entry. So sometimes if you get this error, right, make sure to refresh it, and here you have option to enter the details, right? Now before the, telling to the AI, right, we'll go to the setting, and here we need to create an API token. Now you have option to create an API token. We'll say create a new API token. You can give name, let's say development. Then the token duration will say unlimited, token type will say full access, and inside this app user we have to expand it and make sure all of these are enabled. Now if you click on this setting icon, you will see this is the endpoint, see, right? And our AI model already knows, so it's already implemented, so you don't need to worry, but you have to make sure you have this API token created. Once you click save, it will generate this unique API token. Simply copy that and paste it inside the VS Code in .env file. And once you save, I think you are ready to test your implementation. And once you run your application on port localhost 3000, you will see this beautiful sign in and sign up page. Obviously, later on we are going to update this page. We don't want this content, but right now we're gonna test our implementation. So we have sign in and sign up option. Now if you go to the, let me refresh this, and if I click on continue with Google, it will allow me to select the Gmail account. And then if you see, it's successfully signed in to our platform, but it give me this error saying block node invalid type and then authentication issue, right? So this is the error from the Strapi. Now in this case, you have two options. Either you can go ahead and go to the Strapi CMS terminal and check for the issue, why we are getting this issue, right? Or you can simply go to the tracer and inside the terminal you can find this error as well. So it always good, you can copy this error as it is and then simply paste it inside the tracer chart. So and then hit enter, and then we'll wait to verify or to get the solution on this particular error. So here the issue is the auth provider has a wrong type. Okay, so it's saying that delete the field and recreate it as a JSON. So if I go back, and here if you see I selected as a rich text, so let me delete this both of them. Okay, and then we'll create again. So it was a mistake from my side, so let me copy this name, and now we'll create this field with a JSON only, and same thing for a metadata. Perfect, and then save it, and then I will save this new updated Strapi changes. And once it saved, you can go back, refresh it, and then if you see we don't have any error. Now we'll just go ahead, and here you will see that authenticated and updated in Strapi. It means it's saved in a Strapi CMS. Now if I go to this content manager under the app user, you will see the new record with the enforced user ID, email and display name. Perfect. So it means our record is now saved to the database. So later on anytime you can go ahead and check it out through this dashboard. Okay, as simple as that. But right now make sure your authentication is working. Okay, now after this we are going to navigate to the new screen, because we are going to add a lot of different features inside the app. Now once user is authenticated, then we are going to give an access to the dashboard and all other functionality. But for that one user need to authenticate first. So make sure to set up this authentication before going to the next step. Now once user sign in very first time to our application, we are going to show this particular page where user have option to select the personalized character. So we are adding few character, and those character will be available throughout the different pages. So that's the reason we are adding this character to give a very beautiful and interactive user experience. Okay, so this is the mockup design which I generated, and this is the prompt for it in order to implement inside our application. So the idea is user can select any character and then click continue, and once user select the character, we're gonna save that inside the Strapi CMS. So I already added this particular prompt inside the prompt box. Either you can copy this from the eraser doc, or you can simply go ahead and copy it from here. So I will copy this code prompt, and then we're gonna go to the tracer. Now the another important thing I wanted to tell you is this particular character are already available inside the assets folder, which is completely free. I will put the link in the description. So you just need to paste all of this character first, okay, inside the public folder. So what you need to do, you already have the VS Code open. Go to the VS Code and inside the public folder, you can add characters as a new folder, and inside this you can paste all of this character. Each character has a unique name, okay, so make sure you don't change those names. If you want, you can change it, but I already gave that proper name. After this, once you copy this prompt inside the tracer, so basically let's paste it here and make sure you are on the correct branch, okay. We don't want to create any separate branch, so you can even change it from here and make sure you are on the main branch. And after that, we also want to attach the mockup design, okay. So I'm going to add or give you all the mockups so that it will generate a proper UI design. So if you see, I also attached the mockup along with our prompt, and then simply send this. So right now, obviously it will start working on our request. Obviously it will implement the character picker screen, and those that particular screen will be only available to the new user once user sign up very first time. So we'll pause the video and then we'll wait for the final implementation. Once it is implemented, you can just check what are the changes that we need to make it. So inside the Strapi, we need to add this character file name and the character name inside our app user collection. If it's already there, obviously we don't need to do anything, but we know that we don't have these particular fields, so we have to add those fields inside this app user collection. But before that, let's test this out, how these changes look like. So over here, as soon as user is sign in, it will navigate to the character picker page, and right now if you see, you have option to select the character, okay. So you can select whichever character you want and then simply click continue. But obviously it will throw error because we don't have those field inside our collection. So in order to update your collection, you can simply go to the collection, and here you need to add these two field, so which is of type text. So I will simply going to copy this character file name and we'll paste it here. After that, we also add a character name as a new field, and then simply say finish and then save it. And now whenever user sign up very first time, he has an option to select the pet, whichever pet he want, and then it will save it. Later on inside the dashboard, we are going to add an option to update this character as well. That will implement later on, but for now make sure you have this field added. Now if I go to this content manager inside the app user, so we have this error again. Okay, now we are good, and inside this now we have that particular option. Now if I select anything, right, let's select this option and then click continue, then you will see you navigate to the dashboard and it's simply showing, okay, you selected this particular character. Now even though if I refresh, it will fetch this particular character because this character is saved inside our Strapi CMS. And if I open that record, you will see the character file name and the character name. Automatically our application will detect this particular file name inside the public folder, and then it will fetch that particular character. As simple as that. So that's how you have to add this character picker screen. It's very easy, and you just need to tell a proper command or prompt about what you are really looking for, and that's the reason you can get a reference from this prompt box which I added inside the TubeGuruji. Obviously you can modify this prompt as per your requirements. Now it's time to add a dashboard sidebar. So in this chapter we are mainly focusing just to implement the sidebar along with all the menu options and the header section as well. So if you see in this mockup, we have the logo on the top along with the application name, then the menu options, and then at the top we also have the header section. Okay, So I already wrote a prompt as per this particular design. Okay, this prompt also available inside the TubeGuruji prompt box section. So you can simply copy that as it is, and then we'll go back to the tracer. Here inside this you can add a new chart. So I will go to this chart section, and you can add a new chart as well, and simply paste the prompt which you copied. Now before that, you have to make sure you already copy all the assets from the assets folder. Okay, so in this one has a James, the application logo, and this strike icon. So whatever you saw inside this particular UI mockup, we are planning to implement similar way. Okay, obviously if you want an exact similar output, simply copy this and this particular mockup and paste it inside the tracer. It's totally up to you, but right now let's go ahead and just paste the prompt, and then we'll wait for the implementation. You can close the other tab if you are not using it. Okay, but make sure your application is running. Now we'll wait for the final implementation. Now also, if you want to create a plan, you can switch this to epic mode as well. Okay, so there are different mode you can find inside the tracer. Now we'll come back and we'll test this complete implementation for the dashboard sidebar. And once it is implemented, you can just test this out. So currently it's showing that it's implemented the sidebar on the dashboard. So we'll go ahead, and then you will see the application name and the logo on the top, and then we have the menu options. That's look pretty good. On the header side, if you see, we have the strike, James, and the selected character, but we don't want to show this particular text. So you can simply go to the tracer and add that. Now in order to fix these small changes, you can simply enter, and we can say in header don't show text for the strike or James or selected character. Selected character show as avatar. Okay, and there is one more quick thing that we are going to update, which is this logo, right? We don't want this background or padding, so that also we can mention. For sidebar app logo at top, don't add any padding to logo. Okay, and also make sure this collapsible looks good. Right now it's not looking good, so here we can say on sidebar collapse, the icons not properly showing, we can say, or it's not working, or it's not collapsing to icons only. So fix that too, and then simply hit enter. So it will quickly update these small changes. Now this particular fix prompt also I'm going to add to the TubeGuruji prompt box. So if you face any issue, you can always check that fix prompt as well. And after implementing this quick fix, now you can check it out. So right now at the top you will see the header and proper avatar for the selected character. Also the application logos padding is gone, and now when I collapse, you will see this icon, and whenever I hover, you will see that tooltip as well. And the most important thing, when it collapse, it move complete screen. Okay, so that's what we want. So that's how you have to add the sidebar to our dashboard layout. Now later on we are going to add a lot of interesting feature, because we are going to build this complete full stack application from the scratch using tracer. So keep watching this video. Now after implementing the dashboard sidebar, we want to add or replace this placeholder with the actual UI UX design for the dashboard homepage. Now I already have the mockup ready. and along with its prompt. But let me show you what the things we are going to add on this home page. Very first thing, we want to add this top banner along with the selected character. After this, we are going to add a daily strike card where for each time it will show the strike, okay, and the total strike, how many days user is continue learning on this platform. Based on that, the strike count will get updated. On the right side, it will show you the ongoing learning course information along with its progress, the course name, and if the course is not there, then it will show with a placeholder. And below that, we are going to show a course lead, which is a horizontal scroll. Now obviously this information we are going to fetch it from the Strapi CMS. But before that, let's focus on implementing the UI UX for this one, and then we are also going to connect that with the Strapi CMS API. Now I already wrote a prompt, and inside the prompt, what are the things you saw on the mockup, we explain it in a detailed format. Starting from that, we want to add a banner at the top along with that message. Then we want to add this daily strike section. Here you will see, right? And for each day, how this daily strike will work, everything is mentioned. After that, we want to add the day to the right, we want to add continue learning section where it will show the course banner, course name, and all of this information. And then daily strike card to continue learning. It should display in one row using a grid format, and then the course list. Okay, so that's how this UI UX design and the implementation for the home screen we need to add. So simply copy this particular prompt, or you can even copy it from the prompt box from the tubeguruji.com. Once you copy, you can go ahead to the tracer, and inside that we are going to add a new chart section and simply paste it here. Now along with this one, you can always give the mockup design which will give the idea. Okay, so we already have this mockup design, simply copy it and paste it. I will put all the mockups inside a folder, and I will put the link in the description. Now once you attach this image and all of this information, simply send this. Now AI will start implementing. So right now it will just think about the idea and everything, and then it will start implementing. So we'll pause the video and we'll come back and we'll test this out. Also there are a couple of things that we need to modify, because inside the Strapi or inside this prompt we also mentioned that we need to get the Strapi CMS collection, right? What kind of field we need to add inside the new collection and everything. Other than that, we also need to connect the Strapi CMS with the actual cloud storage, so that we can connect or upload all the media directly to the cloud through this Strapi. So that also we are going to see. Once this UI UX is implemented, then we'll make sure to connect the Strapi CMS media with the cloud storage, which is completely free, so you don't need to pay anything for that. So we'll pause the video and we'll continue. Now once it is implemented, you will see all the changes. Okay, so let's go back and test this out. So right now, if you see, as per our markup, it also implemented this welcome banner, this grid with the daily strike, the continue learning section, and recommended courses. Now obviously this is just a placeholder. The data which you see is completely a dummy one. Okay, so obviously few things we are going to modify before connecting this with the actual data. So first thing, this welcome banner is too big. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off, and we even don't need this small text. We'll just use this top section, and we want to decrease this size. So over here we'll say update welcome banner, remove extra description, then make welcome banner smaller in size. Then here, if you observe carefully, we don't want a card to any of them. So if I go to our markup right? If you see, this is how we want. So we don't want any card. So here we'll say don't add welcome, or don't add card to welcome banner, card to welcome banner, and don't add card to welcome banner character. Okay, so that is very important. Now this small thing obviously affect a lot because it improve your UI UX of your application. Okay, so I think that's all we need. Then for a daily strike, if you see this bolt icon, I think that need to be a zap icon. So if I go to the lucid.dev for this icon, you will see this icon name is a zap. Okay, so that's the icon we are going to use, so that we need to replace. So over here we'll say in daily strike card, replace bold icon with zap icon. Okay, I think that's all we needed. Then for continuous learning, I don't know why this black progress bar is added, so we'll remove that too. So over here you can say in continue learning card, remove black color progress bar. Okay, because we don't need that one. And after, I think for all other, I think it's look good. Okay, let's go ahead and execute. But I think for this recommended for you, instead of showing this description, we can show the difficulty level, right? Because which matches to our design. So here will say inside recommended course card, remove course description and show difficulty level like beginner, advanced, etc. Okay, so that also we mention. I think that's all we need, the small changes. So let's send this one. So you have to make sure what are the changes you need, make sure to add that, so it will update the design accordingly. So after adding the schema, you see all the collection types inside the Strapi. But there is one problem. If I go to the setting and let's go to this API token, let me refresh this once, and then go to your API token, you will see that particular collection type name is not there except the app user, because app user we created manually, and this time we just copy paste the schema. The main reason behind this, if I go to the Visual Studio, in app user we'll see along with the content type, it has a controller, routes, services, right, which actually handle your API endpoints. But for a chapter, we don't have that one. So the question is how to fix this. It's very easy. So for that one, you have to go to the tracer, and then as you know that we already working on one of the project workspace, but you can add multiple. Click add new task, and inside this you can switch this and open your SkillPad Strapi project. Okay, so I will delete this one, or you can even add multiple one. So if I add folder and then just locate your project, something like this. Okay, and interesting thing, it also communicate with each other anytime. Now if I want to remove, you can remove this one and just keep the another the Strapi CMS one. Okay, now here you can mention that add missing files and folder, and then you can just refer which one. So is controller, route and services. So here we'll say folder controller, routes and services for course, chapter and user. I think the endpoint is user course progress, user course progress API. Okay, make sure to create proper file, refer app user API, okay, and then hit enter. Now basically it will update it. Now inside the file structure you can just make sure after implementing you can verify by going to the source folder, okay. Now we'll wait for these small changes. And the most interesting thing, you can work on the both the project in the same ID. So on the left hand side you can work on your skillpad Next.js project, and on other tab you can work on the Strapi CMS, and that's why tracer is very helpful in this particular case, okay. Right now it look like it's implemented or asking some questions. So here we'll say implement now, create missing controller route and service file for the course chapter and the user code project using the same Strapi core factory pattern as the app user. Or here we'll say another option, before implementing draft short technical artifact. So we'll go with implement now immediately. We don't want any plan for it because it's very straightforward. So we'll wait. But in meantime, if you want to make any change to your Next.js app, you can simply add that too. And once it is implemented, you can test this out. So if I go to the source folder now, under the API, now for a chapter you will see the controller, right? And it has a controller, we have the routes and the service folder. Same for the course as well, okay? Now you can restart your Strapi. You can even open a terminal directly inside this, and here we'll add a new terminal. We'll say launch and simply type command npm run develop, okay. So which will run the Strapi backend. It will update, it will make sure that all the changes which we made will be available, and then it will show under the your API tokens endpoint. So right now if you see it's updating and now it's running. So let's log in, and obviously you can make sure your collections type is still there. Now we'll go to the setting, then click API token and then go to your API token, and now you will see now you have the chapters, course and all other endpoint, okay. And if you click on this setting icon, you will see that particular endpoint. So that's how you have to make sure you will update your Strapi if you don't want to add them manually. If you want to add manually, you don't need to do all of these things, and you can simply add your collection type with each field one by one, as simple as that. So I hope you understand this. Now the next interesting thing that we are going to do is to add the course information. Now you have one option, you can go to the content manager, and inside the course you can add each course one by one. Let's say name, the slug, the short description, difficulty level and all other information. But what if I tell you using the Strapi MCP you can easily add course directly using your AI agent. Now Strapi MCP server help us to directly add all of this information, the course data or records directly to your Strapi. So basically you can go to the tracer, and in this case I will go to the Next.js app, okay. Make sure you are inside the Next.js app. Now either you can open a new tab, so over here we'll add a new tab as well. So go to the chart, click new tab, and then you can enter your prompt. So I already have the prompt. Inside this prompt we are just mentioning that for a Strapi course collection, add a few AI course like prompt engineering, AI fundamental, and some couple of more courses using a Strapi MCP. Insert this record. For a banner, use a placeholder banner for now because we want to update the actual banner with the actual course image. Will that update later on, or any image, and I will upload it later on. So simply copy this prompt, very simple prompt it is, and go to the tracer and simply paste it here, okay, and then send it. Now it will just adding the course for our course collection so that we can easily show all of this course on our screen. So right now this is just placeholder, but now it will replace with the actual course. But you don't need to add those courses manually. You can use an AI agent to add those, okay, and that's why this tracer will help you to add those courses as well. Now you can even run this same prompt inside the Strapi CMS. It's totally up to you, okay? But right now we'll wait for this implementation. So over here, if you see, the draft is created with this particular course name and there is respective document ID. Pretty cool, right? Now you can verify by going to the Strapi and inside this collection under the course you will see these 4 courses, the AI fundamental, prompt engineering and all other. You can open whichever you want and then you will see some dummy banner which we added, but along with that we have the name, the slug, the difficulty level, whether it's a beginner. You will see the drop down option as well. Then we have a short description, whether it's a feature or not. Then is published app, short order, estimates minutes and many other things. Now another important thing that we are going to do is to connect this API endpoint. So you can simply go to the setting, go to the API token and then we are going to add, we'll go to this course and then we'll use this get API endpoint and then inside the tracer we are going to attach it. So maybe you can add that in same tab or we'll add a new chart and inside that we'll say now use Strapi API courses to replace existing course hard-coded data with actual records from Strapi using API. Okay, and then hit enter. So basically it is going to replace this particular with the actual data. Okay, so let's go back to the tracer and now we'll wait. And once it is implemented, you can go ahead and check this out. So right now obviously it's showing some incorrect placeholder because we don't have the actual images uploaded. That we'll fix it later on, but for now make sure your course is displaying on the screen. Okay, now there is one issue with this one. So if I go to the content manager and under the course, make sure the course is published. That published course only we want to show, otherwise we don't want to show the course which is in the draft mode. So we can add that. So here we'll say only show courses which is published, okay, and featured, or we can just say which is published. Also on click explore courses, then it should navigate / route to / courses / course slug. Okay, because that's how we want to route. Right now if I go to that particular page, it's just going to the course is equal to and then the course name, but we don't want in that way. So that's why we added. Okay, and then hit enter. So this is a small change, but other than that everything's look good. In the next chapter we will learn how to upload the media file, how to connect the Strapi media to the cloud so that we can upload the image or any assets. Now here after implementing this small change, we will test this out, and once it is implemented then it will return the empty course because we don't have any published course, and you can verify by going to this page. Right now if you see, we don't have any course which is published. Now what you have to do in order to test, you can simply select all of them and click publish. So the status will change this to a published one. Okay, so once it is published, it means you will see that course and this course are live. So if I refresh the screen, then you will see all of this course. Perfect, right? Now in the next chapter we will see how can we implement this image image upload things. Okay, but for now make sure you are able to implement this dashboard page, then you are replacing all the hard-coded value with the actual data, and most important, adding a Strapi collection for the course, chapter and user enroll course. If you have any question, any doubt until this point, let me know in the comment section. Now it's time to set up the Strapi with a cloud storage. so that you can upload your media file, and those media file will be there even though you deploy this Strapi to the cloud. Okay. Now currently when you upload any image, it's stored locally, okay, on that particular URL only, but we want that to store it on the cloud. So in order to implement, you have few options. So if I go to this marketplace, so click on that, it will navigate you to the community marketplace, and inside this you will see different plugins available. So let's go to the marketplace, and over here you can search whichever plugin you want. Now for the storage you have multiple options like AWS S3 bucket, or you can even use a Cloudinary, image kit. You also have the Google Cloud Storage, whichever you want you can use it. Now in this particular video we are going to use a free Cloudinary setup. Okay, so just click on it and then it will open the step-by-step process to integrate this Cloudinary. Now Cloudinary is a free image storage or video storage service. Basically it's free to use. If you go to the pricing, you will see a free trial where you can upload up to 25 GB storage. Okay, now simply click the link in the description to get a free access to the Cloudinary and simply sign up. I already have account, so I will just log into my existing account, and once you sign in, you will get all the API key and necessary information. Okay, but before that, now let's move to this Cloudinary marketplace page, and inside that you can select this npm package. So here you will see a step-by-step detail how to set up and everything. Now first thing, you have to install this Strapi provider. So copy that, then you can either go to the tracer or you can go to the VS Code, because we have to update the file. So I will go to the VS Code inside your Strapi project and simply install this Strapi provider, upload Cloudinary inside your Strapi project. After that, if you scroll down inside your plugin.js file under the config, you have to add this line of code. So simply copy everything as it is. Now obviously we need to save Cloudinary name, key and the secret key. Okay, so we'll go to this, and once it install, we'll go to the config folder, and inside the plugin.ts file we have to add. So we can just replace this existing upload with the new upload functionality and then save it. Then inside the middleware.js file you have to add this line of code. So we'll go to the middleware.js file, and instead of this Strapi security, so search for this Strapi security and then replace with the code which you copy. After that, we have to make sure you will set up this Cloudinary name, key and secret key. So go to the .env file. You already have a lot of different options. So here I will add this key and the secret key. Okay, now simply go to the Cloudinary, and here you will find a cloud name. Copy that and paste it. You can also go to the API key to get the API key as well, and from the API key you can copy this API key and the secret key as well. And after that you can simply restart your Strapi. So I will go ahead inside the tracer, because inside the tracer we are running this Strapi. So I think it's look like it restarted automatically, so that's good. Now in order to test this whether it's working or not, simply go to this Strapi media and make sure you will restart your Strapi. Okay, then click add new assets and upload any assets for the testing purpose, and then click upload. After that, once it uploaded, you will see the preview of that uploaded image. Then click on edit icon, and here you will find this link icon. Just click on it, it will copy the link inside the new tab. Make sure to paste it, and then you will see your URL is now loading from the Cloudinary. If you hit enter, you will see that image is now rendering from the Cloudinary. Pretty cool, right? Not only that, but you can even verify by going to the Cloudinary, go to the asset section, or you can even go to the image section, and then you will see the uploaded image. Perfect. Now here obviously whenever you upload any image, it will generate a different resolution or different size automatically, and that happens from the Strapi. If you go to the Strapi setting. So if I go to the setting, here just search for the option related to the media. So inside this media library, it automatically upload the responsive friendly image. So make sure to switch these to false, and the site optimization you can mark it as a false, and then simply save it. So next time it will not create a multiple file, it will just upload the file which you uploaded. Very straightforward. So that's how you have to upload the media. Now for example, if you want to you can create a new folder, and here we'll say courses, click create, and inside this course folder you want to upload the course image. So I already have the downloaded image which I am going to use it for one of the course, and here you can say upload one asset to the library. Once it upload, it will display it. Then go to the home, go to the content manager for your course for which you want to upload that image. Select that particular course and simply select the uploaded file. So right now it is inside the course, so make sure to select, and then we say finish, and then click publish. Now you have the image uploaded to your course. Now if I go over here and refresh it, you might see error. So this error state that let me go to the next one. So you are trying to add a host name resolve.cloudinity.com which is not configured under the next.config.js file. Either you can copy this as it is, or you can simply manually add that. But if you copy this error, simply go to your Next.js app, or maybe inside the new tab you can paste this error. So automatically it will update your next.config.ts file. So this file, inside this file it will make sure it will add that Cloudinary host name, so that it will allow any third party image URL to render inside your app. And once you reload, you will see that image is now rendering on the screen. Okay, so that error is also gone. Perfect. So same thing, you have to upload it for all other different courses. Now once we have all the course list which we are fetching from the Strapi admin panel, we are going to add this course page. Currently we don't have any route for this one, so let me show you how we are going to add. So I already have the mockup design ready for this one. So inside this we are going to add some search bar and some filter option, and then we are going to show the course list. If user is not enrolled, then we are going to show enroll button, but if user is already enrolled, then we will show the continue button along with the progress bar. On the right hand side we'll show the strike card and this option to see the progress. Obviously on the click of it, it will navigate to this progress button. So everything what I explained you, I already mentioned inside the prompt step by step way, so that you can simply copy this prompt and paste it inside the tracer. So I'm copying from the TubeGuruji.com, and then we'll go to the tracer. So this is just a terminal. Let me add a new chart, and inside the new chart I will paste all of this prompt. Okay, if you want you can even attach the mockup design, and if you want, once you attach this mockup design, I will just send this, and then you just need to wait and sit relax, because tracer is now taking care of implementing this explore course page. Okay, this is brand new page which we are going to add, and later on once it is implemented we'll test this out, and if there is any issue or something comes up, we'll make sure to fix those. Now once it is implemented, you will see that our courses page is on the /dashboard/courses route, and then it also added all the functionality which we want. Now if I go back to this courses, if you see now this particular sidebar option is enabled, and under the explore course over here you have search option, you have also filter option, and then you can even search all the courses. Pretty cool, right? Obviously you can limit it whether you want to show only 2 grid or 3 grid, right? On the right hand side we have strike card, and then in progress section based on your selected character. On the click of go to progress, it will navigate to the progress section, and this is just a placeholder for the progress. Okay, which will show you your current strike, how many courses you enroll and you are learning on. So that is what on the progress page. But right now make sure your course page is ready and it's visible. Now there are a couple of things that I'm going to update. First thing, this particular drop down height is not matching with the search bar, so that we need to fix. Second, when you load it, right, this particular page, if you see that just showing text, instead of that we can show a skeleton. So let's add that. So here we'll first thing we'll say, let's update drop down height for our difficulty drop down, which should match with search bar height. Okay, after that we want to add a skeleton. While loading courses, make sure to add or make sure to show skeleton effect. I think that's all we needed. Okay, and let's execute it. Now once it is implemented, obviously these two fixes which we added to the tracer AI agent, it will implement it. So we'll wait, and once it is implemented you can go ahead and check it out. So right now if you see, the drop down has matches with the search bar height, as well as we have this beautiful skeleton effect, but it feels like the skeleton effect is not properly set. Okay, so here we'll just add, make sure to apply that skeleton to complete page and not just for course card. So now we'll wait for this quick fix. So every time when you make any changes, you have to make sure to test those changes so that your UI will be good enough and it will be look professionally good. And if you see, now it's ready. So we'll go back and check it out. So if I refresh it, you will see the skeleton effect now applicable to all of this page. Perfect. So that's what we wanted. So that's how guys you have to update and add this course page, because later on in the next chapter we'll focusing on adding the chapters for each of these courses. So on click of start, it will navigate to the new page, and if you see, it's kind of enroll, and then it will navigate you to the course page where you can actually see all the chapters. Okay, I'm going to show you how can you add the chapters using an AI, so you don't need to manually add to the Strapi admin panel. Okay, because you already know how we added the course. In the same way, we are going to add the content inside the chapters. Okay, now but until this point, if you have any question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Now on the click of any course, we want to navigate that into the course detail page. So for example, if I click continue, it should navigate to the course detail page where we want to show the course basic information along with all the chapters which is included in that particular course. So the idea is here if you see this mock-up design right at the top, this is a basic information we have, and below that we want to show the chapter list along with the emoji icon, the chapter name, one line description, and the status whether that chapter is completed by that user or not. And then at the top we have the progress bar for that particular course. Okay, and here is the detailed view. So this is how we are planning to implement. On the right hand side, obviously I have this prompt, so whatever I explain, same thing I added inside this prompt. So simply copy this prompt and we'll go to the tracer. Inside the tracer we'll add the new chart conversation and simply paste it here. Now for the reference, you can even attach this UI UX mockup design. Okay, and simply send this. Now one more important thing, currently we are just telling inside the prompt that we only want the placeholder. Okay, because later on we are going to connect this placeholder data with the actual data from the Strapi. Right now we have the collection inside the Strapi, but we don't have, let me go to the admin, we don't have any data related to the course chapter, right? So we are going to add that as well using the AI only, but right now we don't have a chapter, so we'll use a dummy data in order to display it on the screen. Now we'll wait for a tracer to implement this complete course detail page, and then we are going to add the actual data as well. So we'll wait. Now after implementing, tracer also give you the what are the future option you can select for the implementation. So these are some of them, and the third one, which is the expected one, which is the implement the Strapi backend chapter data for the course detail page and replace the placeholder chapter list and demo progress fallback. Okay, so once you select, it will also add a data to the Strapi for the chapters. But before that, let's test this out. So over here, if you see inside the course detail page, now we have this beautiful course information section, and below that we have the course chapter with the proper progress bar, and then this chapter section. Pretty cool, right? Now one more important thing, as we uploaded the screenshot or mock-up, right? That's why we are getting the exact design we want, and that is the very key points of using the mock-up design while implementing. Okay, so make sure to add that. Now either from inside the tracer you can select this option, or you can tell separately that what you want next. Okay, so here we'll say now implement, or here we'll say now let's add course chapters data to Strapi backend into chapters collection for given course. For now, let's add for all courses chapters. In each course, add at least 8 to 10 chapters. Make sure to add all chapter collection information, and later on I also want to add sub content in each chapter, which we will add later on. Okay, so that we'll implement later on, but we just give the heads up about that. Use Strapi MCP server to add all chapter data directly. Okay, so obviously it will add it in the draft mode, but you can switch this to the publish mode at any time. And then we have this all, we just need to replace this all the placeholder as well. And after that, make sure to call API to fetch chapters and replace existing placeholder with the actual data. Okay, and then hit enter, and now it will start adding the chapters. Now you might have a question why we are not or anyone can build this kind of application. So the point is you can build it, but it is very important how to build it step by step way, what are the tech stack you needed, and how to tackle each of the things. And that's why this course is very important in order to build such a kind of big AI SaaS application. Okay, so we'll wait. Now one more important thing, if you give 1000 likes for this particular video, I'm going to give you the source code for completely free. So make sure to like this video, share the video with your friends, so that your friend also get to know about this particular channel and the YouTube video. Now we'll wait for this implementation. And now once it is implemented, we can test this out. So it also added the complete route, it enabled the backend MCP, or it uses the backend MCP server in order to connect with the Stripe. So over here if you see, we have this course chapter section. This chapter now it actually fetching it from the Strapi. So if I go to the Strapi chapters, so under the chapter section you will see all the list of chapters. So there are 4 different pages, so you can jump on anything. It's showing the status modified because it also added a new field called emoji. If in your case it missing, make sure to tell specifically that you need this emoji field to be added. Okay, so that with that field, right, it's showing this particular icon over here, and that's why it is important. Also, this prompt principle ad is showing it as a in progress, and there are plenty other chapters available inside this particular course. Okay, and that's all about this course detail screen. So if you have any question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section, because this is very important. In the next chapter, we are going to focus on how to implement the content from the each of the chapter. Okay, that is very tricky parts, I will say, but most interesting part as well. Now, after implementing this course detail screen, now when user want to learn any chapter, right, we want to show a proper content for it. And obviously we need to add the content data into our Strapi admin panel. But we have to make sure that we should add the content in a proper way. For each chapter, we have to add it. So if I go to the content manager, currently for any of the chapter, we don't have any specific field so that we can add all the content, right? So the question is how to add it, because each chapter can contain 6 slides or 8 slides, right? Or which is nothing but the content. So inside the content type builder, we have one option called component, and this component work as a dynamic component. It means once you make it, you can add multiple times under the same collection, and that's why we are going to use this component. Now we are going to use a Strapi MCP tool in order to generate those component as well. So let's go ahead and check it out. Obviously sometimes it might not create this component due to some reason, right? But we'll test this out. So let me explain you the complete detail. So as you know that once we have the course, that each course has a multiple chapter, and in each chapter we have different content. Now this content can be a theoretical or fill in the blanks or select choice or even yes or no or true or false question. So I already wrote a prompt, okay, with a proper requirements, that what kind of content type we have, like theoretical, code explanation, fill in the blanks, multiple choice, and many others. And we also mentioned that we want in the JSON format, and this information we have planned to save it as a markdown so that it will be proper style. Then we also telling to the AI that if you have any other suggestion, feel free to ask, or feel free to give that suggestion to us. So simply copy this prompt. Obviously this prompt also available on tubeguruji.com. So each chapter's prompt which I'm showing and I'm using in this video, it is available. Now once you copied, you can simply go to the tracer and make sure you will be inside the Stripe the Strapi project. Okay, so you have to be in the Strapi project in order to make these changes, and not the Next.js app. Make sure that one. And then inside that I will start a new or not terminal, actually I want to start new chart, and then simply paste the prompt which you copy, because we want to make sure to implement those inside the Strapi CMS. So let's send this, and now we'll wait for the implementation. Actually this particular prompt basically directly implement inside our project. Okay, so you don't need to be inside the Next.js project because Strapi CMS will automatically add that schema into your Strapi. So we'll wait for the final implementation, and then we'll check it out, because we need to make sure the Strapi CMS is ready to use. So right now it give us two options, okay, and it also mentioned that okay, the option 1 is strongly recommended. So the option 1 is saying implement this as a chapter content block using a Strapi dynamic zone with a one component per block, okay, block type plus shared answer option component. I think this looks good. So let's select this one first, and later on if you want to modify anything, you can just tell to the tracer agent, and then it will implement and make that change for us. So I will pause the video and we'll wait for the final implementation. And it's now implemented as per our request. And now if you see, we have a different content type block, so theory block, code exercise, and many others. So let's test this out and let me show you how it actually looks where it get added and how you can add it. So inside the content type builder, now you will see a new component called learning. Okay, and inside the learning you have different uh, blocks. Okay, so like answer option, code exercise, multiple choice, theory block, and many others. Now this particular component is added inside the chapter component, and inside the chapter you will see the content block, and this is a dynamic zone. It means you can add this block as many times you want, and here we have a different component in that one. Perfect. Now if I go to this content type manager and inside the init chapter, currently we don't have that content, but if I go to this content manager, here you have an option now called add component content block, and simply add it. Then you have option which type of block you want, let's say theory, and then add that. If you want another one, for example yes or no block, you can add yes or no block as well. Okay, so you can add as many content slides, you can say, or content block inside the each chapter, which we are going to show it later on. But now after finishing this one, make sure you are able to add these content blocks for each of the chapter. Now the next important part is to add an actual data, right? Because obviously in order to add that manually it takes time, but we have the tracer AI which can help us to add it using Strapi MCP server. As you know that we are already using this server for many other tasks for the Strapi, like adding a chapter, adding a course, and many other things. In the same way, we are going to use this in order to add the content block. So let's go ahead, and inside the tracer we are going to add that prompt. We'll keep inside the Next.js project. Make sure you are inside the Next.js project only, and we'll add a new chat. And inside this we'll simply going to add using Strapi MCP server, add chapter content for, and then we are going to add the specific chapter, okay, for now. So or for a specific course only, okay, not even chapter but for a specific course. So let's say you want to add for the prompt engineering. Okay, so this is the document ID for this one, which you can get it from the top, and you can also copy this name. So here we'll say add chapter content for a course prompt engineering, and Strapi document ID is, and mention this document ID. Okay, so this is very important. Then here we're gonna say add 6 to 8 content for each chapter. Make sure to add mix, and it's for learning purpose. So accordingly add the content and type for learning, or type or content block. Okay, I think that's all we need, okay, because it will automatically understand. Also make sure based on course, chapter, and difficulty level, add appropriate content. For now only add for one course. Okay, so we are just adding for the specific course. I think that's all we need. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this information. So we'll send this. Now another important thing, obviously right now we are using a Strapi MCP, right? But later on, whenever you want to add a new course, you can add that manually, because this is the learning platform where you have to create the course one by one. You have to add the chapter according to the course type and course content, and then add the content for each of the chapter. Right now for the testing or demo purpose, we are using a Strapi MCP in order to insert the content as well. Okay, but it's totally up to you how you want to handle it. Now we'll wait for this final implementation, and then we'll verify that for the prompt engineering all the chapters whether we have the proper content or not. And here it's implemented. Now for our prompt engineering course only, we have all the chapters content, and for each content it added 6 block. Okay, and if I go ahead and check it out, so go to the chapter and search for the prompt engineering, and inside that now you will see the content block. Pretty cool, right? Now this is the theory block, obviously, which only contain the title and the markdown. But if you go to this let's say multiple choice question, then it has a title, question, and then it has an option. Now in that one, if you see, it has a label, then its value, its feedback, if there is anything that you need to update, or if you select the user this particular answer, then it will give you that feedback as well, and then whether that option is correct or not, right? So everything you will see. Now this is about the multiple choice, but you also have the true and false section, or even matching block as well. So that's pretty much about this adding content inside your each chapter. Now this make a lot of things very easy, because you don't need to configure it, you don't need to add the data, because with the help of Strapi MCP it is very easy to manage all of this. And the most important thing, anytime you can modify from this admin panel, and that's why we are using this Strapi CMS as our admin panel. Okay, so if you have any question, any doubt adding this content and the schema along with this collection component, you can just comment down in comment section, because later on we want to show each chapter content with a slide by slide. I'm going to create a proper notes for that one, so that you can understand the complete flow, how it actually works and everything. But for now, make sure you have ready schema component, and so that we can implement accordingly. Now it's time to show the chapter content. We already have the list of all the chapter, and once user start learning any chapter, we want to navigate to the new screen, and on the screen, depends on the content type, we want to show the content. So this is the mockup design for each of the content. At the top, we want to show the chapter and the name of the chapter. Then in the center, we'll show the progress bar along with how much percentage that chapter is completed. And on the right side, we want to show a gems and a heart icon. Now these gems user will earn once user give the correct answer for each of this question. Okay, so whenever user finish it, then user will earn the gems, and this heart will earn once user finish the complete chapter successfully. Okay, and depends on the content type, we are going to show the content, if it's a multiple choice or fill in the blanks, or it's just a simple theory. Then at the bottom, we'll show the button in order to move to the next content in that chapter. Now this is a complete learning platform, so obviously our content is generated in the same way. Now based on whatever I explained just now, I already wrote inside this prompt, so that you can simply copy that and paste it inside your tracer. So inside the TubeGuruji as well, in the prompt box, you will see this particular chapter with the prompt. So simply copy that and we'll go to the tracer. Now inside this, we'll add a new chart and simply paste it here. Okay, and if you want, obviously you can also upload the mockup design, but when you upload the mockup design, you have to make sure at the end of the prompt, here we say refer mockup design for UI UX. Okay, so it will understand, okay, we are suggesting, or we are telling to the AI that you should refer the mockup design, so it will try to implement in the same way. So let's send this, and then we'll wait. Obviously it will go through the existing design as well, the theme, and then it will implement this particular page. Also we inform inside the prompt that it should take a reference of the Strapi API and MCP in order to implement this design. Okay, so we'll wait for this complete implementation, and then we'll test this out. Now once it is finished, you will see, make sure to review if there is any manual changes you need to make, but right now I don't think so anything, but everything's look good. So let's go ahead and check it out. So I'll go back to our application, and here now you will see we have the button called start chapter when you did not started any chapter. Once you click on this start chapter, you will see the name of the chapter, and then it will navigate to the content side. Right now it's showing the chapter content is not available. We could not find a renderable content block. So there is an issue that it's not rendering any content. But other than that, if you see on the top, as we mentioned, we have the chapter with the chapter name, the progress bar. After that, we also have the gems and heart icon. Okay, so everything's look good to me, but here we need to make and we need to tell Tracer why this is not working. So let's go ahead and just inform. So maybe we can start new chart, because right now if you see only 26% context left in this chart. So I will start with the new, and here you can say right now when chapter started, it's not showing any content. Okay, so make sure to call chapter API endpoint, or here we say Strapi chapter API endpoint to get all chapter content beforehand or before start of chapter, so it will render one by one. So maybe what happened, Strapi MCP might not have idea that the structure of our content, right? So basically, as you know that inside any chapter, if you go to this any chapter, then inside that we have the list of components, right? Right now make sure we only have okay, I think we are in the different chapter, okay, because we have to look for the chapter. Let me go to the course for the prompt. We don't have generated for other courses. So if you go to this prompt engineering course and click continue, and inside that you will find the chapters. So if I click on start chapter, now we have the prompt principle, and now boom, if you see we have the content, because only this chapter have the content which we added previously. So if you see we have the topic, and then it started these things, right? So it's saying what makes a prompt effective. So user will read this one. Once it's done, we'll say continue, and if you see the progress bar as well. Okay, then over here if you see now simple prompt formula, if you say continue, the spot the difference. Now this content need to be completed in Strapi, so this need to be fixed somehow. So this multiple choice question block we have to fix, and I think all other blocks, like in this case the fill in the blanks is missing. The true and false is working, so it's saying good prompt should clearly state output format when the format matters. So if I give true, you will say it's saying correct answer, and then the format instruction reduce the unwanted variation. It also give you the suggestion. Now if you click new, then you also have the prompt. You can write this prompt. Okay, you have option. If you click on check answer, it's saying nothing, right? So obviously you have to enter the proper answer over here. Now interesting thing, you also have the tip. Okay, so if you click on use heart, right, right now I don't, okay, yeah, so over here if you see improve the prompt usually means adding audience structure and expected output. So it will give you the hint, and it will also deduct the heart from your total hearts count, right? And then you can add this, and once you click continue, you will see a prompting principle, how many gems you earn, how many heart you earn, and the daily strike as well. And then you can go back to your course, and now it will say that okay, this particular chapter is completed, and then you can move to the next chapter where you can start this chapter. But as you know that the chapter content is working, only thing is not working is right now this one, right, the multiple choice or other content type. So you can simply copy this, so it will be easy for AI to understand. So here we will say for some chapters content type is not rendering, and you can paste this. Okay, make sure to fix this issue, make sure to render multiple choices as well as fill in the blank content type properly, and then let's send this one. Okay, now if you see, it will start working on that one, this particular fix, and in meantime you can just go ahead and test other scenario as well. Right now if you see, you have the one gem it's showing and the 3 hearts, but one important thing, we are not showing any heart right now, right, and we are showing this bolt icon, that bolt icon nothing but the strike, and these gems nothing but the gems which you are earning by completing each course. So that we have to update it because we want to use this particular icon everywhere, right, and for heart as well you can add one more section for the heart, and that all these things we are going to update later on once we have the actual data in place. And once you start learning, you will see the progress for you, right. So you completed 70% because you already finished one chapter and you started on the second one, and here as well you will see the overall progress. And once it fixed this issue, right, it obviously updated the query, the Strapi query which we were using. Obviously you don't need to worry because it already taking care of the Strapi API endpoint as well. Now if I go back to that chapter where it was missing, for example the multiple choice question, right, now the interesting fact is it also track on which page you were, right now if you see, now we got this multiple choice and it's saying which prompt give you the model the best contact. So write email, write a short email, hiring manager thanking them, and blah blah blah. So this looks good. So if I click on it, you will say it's saying correct answer, and then correct answer it gives audience, purpose, tone and length, right. Then click continue. Now you have answer, context help the model understand the dash dash the limit of the task. So here obviously you have option to check the answer, or you can use a heart. So here we'll say think about the context, clarifies first. So in this case, inside the fill in the blanks, right, it's supposed to give us the options. So right now if I go back, because I was checking this, this particular fill in the blanks has the options, right, and obviously it also have the correct option. So if I enter, let's say, goal and check the answer, then it will give you, but it's better to show the option. So what we can do, we can tell tracer for fill in the blanks, make sure to provide options from the API only, because for fill in the blanks we have option in API endpoint, make sure to show that so user can select correct from the list. Okay, so this is the fix that we needed, but other than that everything's look good. So like true and false, yes and no, it's working. So it's saying if answer is meant to be finance executive, should you say that in the prompt? So we'll say yes, click continue. Now best added context, so this content type which is matching block type, okay, that is also missing, so that also you need to fix it. Okay, so inside the tracer you can simply add also matching block type is not rendering, make sure to add that too. And matching type block, nothing means if I go to this Strapi and just search for the matching block, right? So basically it's nothing but it will give you the option, okay, and which one is matching. So that's kind of content type we are using over here. Right now you can click continue, and then here you will say okay, you earn plus 2 gems and you earn 1 heart and 0 daily strike, right? So total you earn 3 gems and 3 hearts. So and then you can go back to the course again after finishing this one, and then this course will mark as a completed. But it is very important to understand whether this particular uh, uh, saving this information, right, the user progress, everything, it's currently on a local. So you have to make sure it is getting saved inside our database. Now in order to check whether it's getting saved, you can go to the inspect panel, go to the application, and inside the application you can go to the local storage, and inside the local storage you will see that data is getting saved over here. So here we have chapter learning progress, course learning progress, enroll course which you enroll, right, then the learning reward wallet and many other things that will update, because right now it's just storing in local, and we have to tell specifically that we want to store inside the Strapi using the MCP, right? So that will update it. Obviously we have the API endpoint for that. We are just using MCP in order to make or write a code. So right now this is done, okay, so that's look good, but also make sure also matching block type is not rendering, make sure to add that too. So let's send this too, okay, and in meantime you can just check the fill in the blanks. So let's go to another chapter to review that. So okay, so if you see now this one has a multiple choice question, and if I select the correct one, that's good, and here you have option to select from the drop down, okay. So it's totally up to you whether you want choose the option from the drop down or something, right? If I click check answer, see it's not working. If I click guessing, not working. Extraction, that is correct, and then you can move to the next one. But you have to make sure that how the content you want to display it on the screen. It's totally up to you, so make sure to update it accordingly. And right now if you see the overall progress is changed to 33%. But right now obviously this is storing in locally, so we'll update that in a moment. But for now make sure the content is rendering correctly. So that's our main goal in this chapter. And after finishing this matching block thing, you can just go ahead and test this out, this particular scenario as well, okay. So that's how guys you have to render the content properly with the proper prompt, and make sure to test and fix the issue. So now next important thing we want to update is we want to save all of this user progress to our database. Now in order to save user progress to our database, we have to tell AI how to save it, as well as we are going to fix few things inside the content chapter. So very first important thing we need to fix is change this gems icon, and this I think heart is fine, but you can even replace this heart with the actual one, but right now we'll keep as it is, okay. And other than that everything's look good to me. So let's go ahead and check it out. If you want the font size and this card size, you can update, okay. So I will go to the tracer and we'll add a new chart, and inside that we'll simply gonna mention now make sure to save user progress to Strapi backend using API, okay. So don't save anything locally, make sure to save course and chapter progress along with gems or heart count / earning to Strapi CMS collection, okay. We already have collection for that. but if anything needed to make changes in Strapi collection, please make it, or else let me know what changes need to make inside collection. Okay, so that's the thing we implement, or we are just adding. Also use Strapi MCP server to make all of this implementation. Okay, so we also telling that okay, you can make this implementation. For James icon, use icon from public folder. Okay, so later on public folder, or we can just keep like that. Okay, we don't need to add anything else, but right now make sure to add this prompt. Obviously this prompt also available inside the TubeGuruji prompt box, so you can use that. And let's send this. Now we have to wait because we don't want to save all of this information to the locally. We want to save inside our cloud, so whenever user come back anytime or on the any different device, he can see his progress anywhere. Okay, now we'll wait for this implementation, and once it is finished we can test this out. So right now if you see this course is enroll, and I'm going to start this chapter. So once you start the chapter, it will navigate to that particular chapter. Obviously I already have 50% completed, and which is already saved. And over here you can select the correct word, will check the answer, and then click continue. And before continue, first it will save your progress, means finishing you that you finish this chapter, and then it will go to the next content. Okay, perfect. And if you see it's working properly. Now let's give some answer, and let's go, we'll go to the at the end of the chapter, and then here you will see how many answers you gave, how many hearts you got it, and 0 daily strike because you already earned daily strike in other chapter. And then we back to the course. Right now if you see you earn 1 heart and 2 extra gems. Now if I go back to the dashboard, here you will see the count now increased to 4 because it's updated with the real data. You also see the daily strike as this is a Friday, so I already earned the daily strike. And you will see the continue learning section, which chapter you are already learning. Also the small important thing that we need to show is a hard count at the top, so you can simply add it inside the tracer, or I will just add a new chart, and here we'll say on dashboard on or at header right side, also add heart count. Okay, with heart icon and count. Okay, just write 2, and we can place just write to the gems, write to gems, and then send this. So it will implement that small thing as well. But other than that, make sure that this course progress is implemented. Also a small important thing I fix it, that when you click on explore course, right, it will not enroll automatically until you click on the start course enroll button. Only then it will enroll it or enroll the course. Other than that, obviously it will not enroll until you just explore, because many users just want to explore it before enrolling the course. So that's how guys you have to implement this user course enrollment and save it to your Strapi. Now inside the Strapi, if I go over here under the user course progress, you will see the record because we just enrolled to the one course, and that's why it's saving there. But if you have any question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Our main application flow is pretty much completed, but we need to make sure that app should be a complete SaaS app, adding some feature. For example, inside the progress tab, we already have the active date this work, track courses. Along with that, we also want to show the ongoing or in progress course list. Currently it's not there. So we are going to add that ongoing progress course, because under the courses we are showing all the courses, and some courses which is in progress we are showing with this progress bar. Okay, but under the progress user can see all enroll courses on this particular page. So inside the TubeGuruji prompt box section we have this small prompt. Simply copy that, and then I will open a new and here we'll say new chart and simply paste the prompt which you copy. Okay, as simple as that, and then send this. Now it will start implementing this progress page, and here after implementing you will see this progress page under this progress page section. Okay, so that section we are going to add. So now we will wait, and once it is implemented we'll test this out. And once it is implemented you will see the progress page is now updated, and on that page it uses the existing course card component. Let's go ahead and check it out. So on this page now I am on the progress page, and here we have the new section called enroll courses, and inside this whichever course you enroll you will see that particular course. Okay, now for example if I go to the course and let's enroll this AI fundamental, so I will say enroll, and once it is enrolled now you can continue this course, right? So let's test this out whether that course is showing inside the progress or not, because on this particular page if you see it's showing as an enroll, right? But if I go to the progress you will see that AI fundamental, the one which we just enrolled, so it's just showing under the progress page. So that's how you have to implement. Make sure if you don't want this component you can remove. If it's not there and if you want to add, you can tell to the AI inside the prompt that you want this particular component, and then it will add along with these enroll courses. Now it's time to implement the achievement page. If you see this mockup, we want to show all the user achievement, like how many longest strike user had, or total gems, or even heart, and the most important, the leaderboard, where it will show the top 10 user on this app and how they are doing, how many gems they earn, and all the details they will find on this achievement tab. Okay, which give an application little bit upper hand as compared to the other platform, because achievement gives a user some motivation, and that's why we are adding this particular page or functionality. So I already have the prompt, or you can even copy this prompt along with the note also available. So I will copy this prompt and then we'll go to the tracer and simply add this prompt. Okay, if you want you can give the this mockup, but I will let tracer decide how the mockup will look like. Okay, if needed later on we can update it, and then simply send this. We also mention inside the prompt that we want to use a Strapi API in order to fetch real data. So it will fetch it, and if needed it will also map it on the application side, so you don't need to worry about that. Currently the achievement page is disabled because we don't have that page enabled yet. Okay, but once it is enabled then it will be ready to test. So I will pause the video and then we'll wait for this implementation. And once it is implemented we can test this out. So now we have this new page called achievements, and inside that you will see the banner and the users strike, the maximum strike or total gems, which matches with this one if you compare, right? Now one more important thing, that this information we are fetching directly from the Strapi CMS. Okay, and under the leaderboard if you see I only have one user in the database, that's why it's showing only one record, but it's little bit blank, right? Means we need some interesting UI design. So in that case you can just send this mockup and tell tracer that okay you want to update the UI design. Now in order to update this UI I'm going to add a new chart, and inside that we'll simply add let's update achievement page. Here we can say like add, okay, make icon size bigger, refer the attached mockup design, Also update leaderboard as per mockup design, and then you can simply upload the mockup design. Now it always good if you give this mockup design beforehand, okay. uh, and here we can also add only update page, don't update anything else, and then send this, okay. Now this is very quick change. Obviously it will update it immediately for us, so we'll wait and then we'll test this out. And if you see the result, now we have the proper icon, okay. So this icon obviously they are fetching from the public folder, and below that we have this leaderboard as well, okay. That's look pretty good. So that's how you have to update your achievement page, which give user more interactive way, and it engage the user to our app, okay. So user will always try to keep them in the top of the leaderboard, and that's why we want to add this leaderboard section inside the achievements. Now it's time to implement the profile page. We already have all the home, course, progress and achievement page ready, but we have to implement the profile page. So I already have the design. So on the profile page, we are going to simply show a user profile information, also a selected character option and some setting option as well. Now this is just a mockup. If you want to attach the mockup to the AI agent, you can attach, and I already have the prompt ready for it, okay. So you will also find that prompt on the tubeguruji.com website. So simply copy that and then we'll go to the tracer. Make sure to add a new chart inside your Next.js project and simply paste this prompt. Now I'm going to remove this refer to attach mockup because right now I'm not planning to attach any mockup design, okay. And we're gonna simply send this. Here we also can write that use Strapi API to fetch user information from API, okay, and then send it. Now you have to just wait for the implementation. It will take a minute or a couple of minutes to implement all the required implementation, and once it's done, then we'll review and we'll test this out. And once it is implemented, you will see the changes. Also the AI already updated this Strapi collection MD if there is any instruction you think are related to the Strapi. But if I go back and test this profile page, you will see now we have the profile page. Over here you will see the profile detail, when last login, the current companion, so your current character, and you have option to change those character. Then you will see some essential setting, okay. So this is up to you how you want to enable or disable. Then you can even change the character. If I select this character and at the top if I save it, you will see the character will update it immediately without refreshing your page. Pretty cool, right? And then if you want to sign out, you also have sign out option. Now later on, once you add the payment integration inside this app, you can even add that setting option inside the profile page in order to manage your billing, okay. But for now, I hope you understand how easily we created this profile page. If you have any question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section. It is very important to test the functionality, okay. So for example, this character change, if you are implementing any email related information, you can add those, right. So right now this is just a placeholder for the email reminders, but once you add it, you can implement that feature as well. Now it's time to implement a billing feature in our app. We are going to add a Stripe subscription payment gateway so that user can subscribe to the plan and then they can access all the courses. Now the idea is we are going to add two plan, okay. One is $599 and another is an yearly plan which is $49.99, okay. And there are three type of course. The free course which is available to the every user, even though if it's a free or a paid user. Then we are going to add a freemium course where user can enroll to the course for a free, but they can only access certain chapters, okay, once they enroll, and all other chapters will be locked until they subscribe to our plan. Okay, so that is the freemium feature, and paid course is only available to the subscribed user. After that, we are going to use a Strapi subscription model, and we are going to add a webhook to synchronize and all of the details. And we are also going to add the customer portal to manage the billing. Okay, so everything is mentioned inside this prompt. So let's go ahead and copy the prompt. So I will just copy this prompt and we'll go to the tracer, make sure to start new chart, and then simply paste this prompt. So obviously it will say that you have to create a new billing page and with this particular pricing model. Okay, so let's send, and then we'll wait for the implementation. So once it is implemented, you can test this out. Also make sure if the Strapi changes did not implement, so make sure you will go to the Strapi project and then you can properly mention what changes you needed. Okay, but for now, if you see the new option added called billing, and then we have all the new page. And the most interesting thing is on the Strapi as well, you have to make sure the content type is updated. So inside the app user, you will see the Strapi customer ID, subscription, and many other columns get added, as well as inside the course the new type is added called access type. Okay, so you will see this access type. By default it's free, but you can change this anytime. So inside the content manager, if I go to the any course and click edit, you will see the option called access type, and you can choose this or freemium, free, or whichever type you want. Okay, and then simply say publish. Inside this app side, you will see this subscription model. If I select this choose monthly, it might not work right now because we don't have the Stripe secret key added, which we will add in a moment. But for now, make sure, for example, if I go to this subscription, I don't know which one I just updated. Okay, right now if you see there is a error. If I open anything, we are getting this error, right? So you can just copy and paste this inside the, I will add a new chart, and here we'll say getting this error, and you can provide the path at this path. Okay, and then simply send it. But other than that, now we have to add the Strapi secret key and all. So inside the tracer, if I go to the subscription, right, over here you just need to make sure is there any .env file that we need to update. If you don't see anything, you can just ask any Stripe environment key we need to add, and then simply enter it. Okay, but if I go to the Stripe payment gateway, oh my bad, I think okay, yeah. So over here if you see, we have to add the Stripe secret key and webhook secret key. Okay, and this is the public URL which we already have, but this URL this environment key we need to add. But if you are running on a locally, you have to run this on the local host. Okay, you have to run this particular command so that you will get the webhook secret key which you can test it locally. But first we'll update this Stripe secret key. So simply you have to go to the any IDE, and then you can go to the .env file. Inside this, I will add the secret key as an environment variable, as well as I will add the webhook secret key. So now first we need to add secret key. So Stripe is a worldwide payment gateway. Okay, and recently they also introduced the UPI payment gateway, so it works in India as well. Okay, and even though if you don't have company, still you can sign in and you can work on the sandbox or development mode. Okay, but it's very easy to integrate, and they provide a lot of different features. So right now if you see, I just sign in to my account, and once you sign in, from here you can switch this to a sandbox mode. Okay, you can create a multiple sandbox mode, it's totally up to you. From here you will get the secret key, simply copy that and go to your area and then paste it. Okay, after that once you have the secret key, you have to run the command which tracer gave. Okay, this command basically run the Stripe locally so that you can run the webhook and all. Okay, so what you can do, you can go to the tracer, and I will add a new terminal. Okay, so we'll launch another terminal and simply run this particular command. Okay, so right now if Strapi is not installed, you have to install the Strapi using an npm command. So simply type npm stripe, not Strapi, my bad, and you can simply run this command which will install the Stripe, and then it will run your this particular command. Now if you see, we got the webhook, right? This webhook only work locally, so copy that webhook, then I will go to the IDE inside the .env and simply paste it here. Perfect, and that's all. Now you can test this out. So I will go over here, and under the billing, let's test it. So once I my bad, let's click choose monthly, just ignore this error for now. And right now if you see, it's redirected to our monthly pricing, which is $5.99. I am on the payment gateway of Stripe. Obviously here you can enable the UPI payment gateway as well. It's totally depend on what your location you are. You can update that directly from the Stripe payment gateway, and then you can select the card. Obviously they also provide a testing card. Okay, then you can add any future month, any date for the testing purpose, the name, and then if you want, you can add a zip code and simply click subscribe. Oh, here I need to add a phone, and once you click subscribe, then it will subscribe to the plan, and then it will redirect you. And over here if you see, now it's showing as your current plan. Now you also have option to manage this inside the customer portal. So once you click it, it will redirect you to the customer portal, and from there you can manage your subscription. Okay, so you don't need to implement that feature, you just need to redirect user to the proper page. Okay, now the couple of things that we need to fix it. For example, this upgrade to Pro, right here we don't need this sidebar section. Also make sure under the course it's fixed. Oh, it's still not fixed, so maybe let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, it's still working on it, so we might need to restart the server. Okay, so I will open a terminal from here and we'll stop and restart it. Okay, but in meantime make sure everything is working as expected. If you have any issue, make sure to fix it. Now the first thing we'll update it is this sidebar thing. So maybe inside the new terminal, inside the new chart, we can just say update sidebar footer when user don't have any subscription, then show upgrade to Pro card section, else once users subscribe to paid plan, then add button to manage billing. Okay, as simple as that, and then simply send it. And once it is implemented, you will see the changes. So over here now we have this managed billing because we already have the subscribe to the model, and if I go to the billing, you will see that I am on the current monthly plan. Okay, and that's why I'm getting this managed billing section. So that's how you have to update it. But other than that, a quick thing also I updated. So whenever I hover on any of these, it show how the daily strike work, or even how the gems works, or how you can earn the hearts. Okay, and for profile you have option to go to the billing plan and account setting, and option to sign out as well. So this is a quick thing that you can also add on your own. But other than that, everything's look good to me, and I think that's all pretty much for this particular project. Now this it's time to deploy our application, so that we can deploy our Strapi first, and then we're gonna deploy the application. Now it's time to deploy our application. Now in this case, we want to deploy front end as well as the back end, which is the Strapi CMS, so that both the app will run on the cloud and then they can communicate with each other, because we are using a Strapi CMS admin panel and the API which is generated by the Strapi CMS, we can use it in our front-end app, right? So first thing, we'll deploy the backend, which is Strapi CMS on the cloud. But before that, we have to make sure we will push the Strapi project to the GitHub. So simply go to the github.com and create a new repo. Under this, give the repo name. So we'll say skill pet admin panel, and then you can choose the visibility. It's totally up to you, and simply click create project. Once the project is created, then we have to make sure to set the remote origin. So I will go to the tracer and make sure to go to the Strapi CMS project. Under that, go to the terminal and then click new terminal. So it will open a new terminal. After that, you have to initialize the git by using command git init. Okay, and then hit enter. Then whatever the command we copied, simply paste it here, which will set the remote origin. And then you have to stage all of this file using git add space dot. Okay, or you can use a source control as well. It's totally up to you. From the source control, okay, right now it's showing it's not initialized, but that's completely fine. You can just add it from here. Then give the commit message. So here we'll say initial commit, and then say git. As you are pushing it first time, so you have to push with this command and simply paste it. Okay, and then hit enter. So it will push your all the changes to the main branch. And now if I go back to the GitHub, then simply refresh this page and you will see your code is now ready. Perfect, right? So that's how you have to push your code if you are pushing it first time. Now next step is simply go to your Strapi admin panel and let me log in. Here on the left hand side, you will see this cloud icon, which is a deploy button. Just click on it, and here you have option to deploy on a Strapi cloud. Now Strapi cloud is a platform to manage your complete Strapi application or Strapi project on their own cloud. So it only supports Strapi CMS, and it's very easy to deploy. In just one click, you can deploy the Strapi admin panel directly on the Strapi cloud. Okay, so it's very easy. So once you click on this Strapi cloud, it will ask you to navigate to the cloud.strapi.io. Make sure to go to this website, and then you can simply sign in. After that, you need to click on create project. After that, select the appropriate plan, and then you have to connect your GitHub repo. Okay, so I already have connected my GitHub repo, so that's why it's populating my account. And then automatically you can type the repo which you just pushed. So over here, if you see the skill pet admin panel, after that it will automatically detect that your project has Strapi with a version 4.8.2, right? And then you can give the name for the project and the branch which you want to deploy. After that, you can select the region and then simply click continue to billing. And after this, you also have option to enter the environment variables from here. So you can add all your environment variable from .env file, as simple as that, and then click deploy. After this, it will deploy your admin panel, and then you will get the URL. That URL you need to update inside your .env file. Currently, as we are in the development mode, it was using this localhost 1337 as the URL for the Strapi, but once it deployed, you have to use an actual domain name. But other than that, if you really want to deploy this Strapi CMS for free, you can go to the renderer. Render provide a free service to deploy your dynamic application or any web services, including the Strapi. And most important, is free to use. I will put the link in the description to check it out for the Strapi cloud as well as the render. So you can simply select this hobby plan, which is $0 per month, and then you can navigate to the dashboard. Here you have option to create a new project and then click web service. Make sure to connect your GitHub repo and then select the project which you want to deploy. Okay. After this, it will automatically detect which framework or which service you are using. After that, you don't need to change anything over here. but make sure to select as a free plan. Then you have to add all the environment variable one by one. You can try to copy everything as once. So you can open your Strapi project. From here, simply copy everything, and then you can navigate over here. Okay, you can try to paste it. And it automatically assign the proper key and their respective value. Okay, after this, click deploy web service, and then it will start deploying your application, and this will be your domain, okay, or URL, which you can replace inside your actual front-end application. Okay, so make sure to copy, but you have to wait to deploy your complete project. So we'll wait. I will pause the video, and once it deploys, then we can test this out. Now once it is deployed, you will say the status is now live and our application is now running. So just click on this domain and it will open in a new tab. Okay, obviously first thing you need to do is to log into your account, and once you log in, you will see all your content as it is. Okay, so everything is up to date, even the dashboard, the media, the content which we added previously, like chapters or courses, everything is in place because we use an actual database. Okay, not any local database. Our media is also at the place, so you don't need to do anything on that side. And under the setting tab, now you can go to this API token, and if you don't have any API token, you have to create one, but right now it use the dev one, so you can use existing one. But if you want to use create a new one production, you can do that. Okay, but the most important thing, you need to copy this domain and then go to the front end or Next.js project, and inside this just go to this .env file. Okay, over here if you see the base URL, that you have to update with a Strapi new URL. Okay, and then save it. Now your application still running because we updated the backend, and now backend is now running at that particular URL. If I refresh it, you will see all the changes or all the things as it is, and if you see, everything is as it is. Perfect, right? So you don't need to do anything over here. Now the next thing, we have to deploy our front end or Next.js app as well. Same thing you have to follow, but in that case we are just using a virtual instead of render. So first we'll go to the GitHub, and then we are going to create a new repo. Now before creating a repo, I just want to show you the landing screen which I created for our application. This is clean, simple landing screen which show a proper feature, the character things, and here you will see all the information on the landing screen along with the pricing table, FAQ, and the footer. You can just enter the prompt. I will make sure to put that prompt inside our TubeGuruji prompt box so that you can just create this simple and clean landing screen. Now let's go ahead inside the repo, and inside the GitHub we'll create a new repo. So here you have option to create a new repo, then give the repo name. So we'll say SkillPaid Educational Learning, or maybe here we'll say educational AI educational learning. Okay, after that you can select this visibility and then simply click create repo. Then you have to set this remote origin. So if you are using a tracer, simply I will initialize the Git first, and then we are going to set the remote origin. Okay, so here we'll say, or just paste the one which you copied, okay, which will set the remote origin for that particular repo, and then you can simply commit your changes. Okay, so this is the steps by step to commit your changes. You can simply follow if you don't know the anything, right? First we need to add all the files and then give the commit message, and after that you can simply push all the changes to your main branch. Okay, something like this. Once it pushed, you can simply refresh your repo, and then you will see all your changes which we just pushed. After that, you just simply need to go to the Vercel, and it's a free platform to host your Next.js app, and then simply click add new project. Inside that you have to connect your GitHub repo. If your GitHub account is not connected, make sure to connect and then select the GitHub account. After that you will see the repo which you just pushed, right? So simply click import. Now from the .env file, so simply go to the .env file and copy all the environment variables as it is, and then scroll down, expand this environment variable and paste it here. It will automatically assign key and their respective value. You don't need to change anything there, okay, and simply click deploy. Now before deploy, it always good that you can build your application locally, okay. So if I launch this and if you run a command npm run build, then it will build your application locally, okay. You can even do it on your favorite id. So if I run npm run build and run this command, then it will simply build your application, and if it give any error, then you can fix it immediately. Otherwise same error you will get it while deployment. And if you see, I don't find any error, so you can go ahead and continue your deployment. So over here we'll say deploy. Now here you don't need to do anything because we already set up a Stripe along with the actual domain, so we are good. You can just update the public app URL once your application is deployed. So you will get the domain for your app that you can just update it. Now we'll wait for the deployment. And now over here if you see, our application is now deployed. You can simply click on this thumbnail which will open your domain. Currently it uses a Vercel as a subdomain, but if you want to connect your own domain, you can connect, and our application is now running on the cloud. Now you can share this project with your any friends. You can also test this project. The link is in the description. You can go ahead and check it out. So you can even sign in and everything you can do it. Now if the token is it's saying no refresh token provided, in that case you have to provide a token or updated token, okay, because right now our base URL is also not updated. So let's update that quickly. So we'll go back, and inside our project on the left side you will see this environment variables, right? Obviously you need to update this app URL, so we'll say edit and then simply copy this app domain as it is and then click redeploy. So it will redeploy. So we'll say redeploy. So with this updated URL, it will redeploy your application. And once you successfully sign in, you will see a dashboard with all the information, okay. So I have already enrolled courses, and anytime I can start as well. Under the course you will see all your courses which you added inside the development, right? Same thing, now it is also available in the production as well, and everything will work as expected. You don't need to do anything other than deploying the Next.js and the Strapi CMS app. If you have any question, any doubt related to the deployment of our application, let me know in the comment section. You can also follow me on Instagram, and you can also ask any question on Discord channel as well. I will put all the link in the description. And make sure, if you really want to get the source code of this project completely free, then make sure to like this video, and once it reach 1000 like, I will make the source code completely free. So guys, we'll see you in the next video.